Two shadows stand above the rest of Jinwoo's army. One is a silent knight whose sword does all his talking. The other is a flying nightmare who treats every enemy like an appetizer. Igris and Beru are both fiercely loyal, but they could not be more different. So, which one do you prefer? The calm loyalty of the blood-red commander, or the completely unhinged power of the Egg King? Tell me now, because by the end of this video, somebody is getting demoted to second favorite. Igris enters the story like a final boss who already knows he belongs on the poster. He waits in an empty throne room, says absolutely nothing, and nearly beats Jinwoo to death with professional courtesy. Beru's entrance is the opposite. He erupts onto Jeju Island like nature accidentally invented hatred. There is no ceremony and no honorable duel. He immediately begins dismantling Korea and Japan's strongest hunters. Igris fights like a professional fencer trapped inside a tank. Every movement has a purpose. He controls distance, parries attacks, and punishes mistakes without wasting energy. Even when he realizes Jinwoo's daggers cannot penetrate his armor, he puts down his sword and fights him barehanded. That is either honor or the most disrespectful handicap in anime history. He basically said, "You don't need a weapon to lose this badly." Beru does not care about technique looking beautiful. He is a predator. His greatest weapons are acceleration, claws, and the ability to evolve in the middle of combat. Before an opponent understands his speed, he is already behind them. Before they understand his strength, somebody's missing a body part. Igris wins by making the correct move. Beru wins by making sure nobody else gets a move. Watch the contrast. Igris absorbs information and patiently finds an opening. His battles resemble chess played at sword point. Beru overwhelms the board, eats the pieces, and asks where the king is hiding. Against the Ice Elves, Igris maintains formation and protects the people around him. On Jeju Island, Beru crosses the battlefield so quickly that S-rank hunters barely register what attacked them. Their growth also follows two different paths. Igris begins as a powerful knight, but becoming Jinwoo's shadow allows him to recover the wisdom and authority of the legendary warrior he once was. His progression feels like buried experience returning. Beru's progression is raw adaptation. He consumes, evolves, and converts every new threat into more destructive power. Igris gains wisdom. Beru gains another reason for the insurance company to deny the claim. And somehow, Jinwoo calls both of these things employees. Personality is where the difference becomes hilarious. Igris is the Shadow Army's older brother. He stands quietly behind Jinwoo, protects the people important to him, and behaves like he has been guarding royal families for several lifetimes, because he probably has. Beru is the ultimate fanboy. Praise him once, and he reacts like Jinwoo personally handed him an award. Threaten his master, however, and that emotional devotion becomes terrifying. Igris expresses loyalty through responsibility. Beru expresses loyalty at maximum volume. That contrast is what makes the Shadow Army feel like a family instead of a collection of summoned monsters. Igris supplies stability. Beru supplies emotion, and occasionally enough emotional instability to qualify as a weather event. One makes Jinwoo's army feel disciplined. The other reminds everyone why Jinwoo never needs to raise his own voice. Beru has already raised it for him. If the mission is a formal one-on-one duel, Igris is the better specialist. His timing, defense, and technical discipline allow him to study a worthy opponent and exploit small mistakes. If the mission is destroying an entire army before lunch, choose Beru. His speed, flight, regeneration, and area-wide aggression let him collapse a battlefield almost by himself. That does not automatically mean Beru wins every friendly spar. Igris is exactly the kind of fighter who could survive the opening storm, learn Beru's rhythm, and turn confidence into an opening. But Beru's raw statistics still make him the favorite. Igris is the heart of Jinwoo's army, adaptable, honorable, and always presses the right mindset of the other role. My question is,